So you can hear me now. Great. So a couple of things that I want to kind of point out because we'd like to make your weekend as good as it can be. On the table, you'll see right in the center of the table there's a little card, and I'm already greatly seeing people with their mobile phones hovered over the QR code. Okay. So if you haven't um, taken the brochure down onto your phone or your laptop or your tablet, it's a good idea to have it to hand over the weekend. So if you just hover your phone over that, you'll find that you'll be able to bring you straight to the website, and you'll see there's 3 areas there that you can download that'll help you over the weekend. So that's the first thing. The second thing is where last year we ran for the first time kind of an interactive app, which was called Mentimeter. And this year we're going to use Mentimeter again. Now, this is where you have to pay attention to me because last year we just simply asked you just download the app. And so many of you may actually have it on their phone as it is. So a number of us do. But what we discovered yesterday when we arrived, that the app has suddenly disappeared, believe it or not, off the Apple shop and off the Google shop. But we can still use it because what you need to do is to just go to mentimeter.com. You'll see that in your program. So if you're on Apple, obviously go to Safari, or on your non-Apple, if you go to to your browser, and if you go, you'll see, just put in mentimeter.com, and I think you'll be able to, Paul is going to throw up, this is, if you scroll it just down a little bit, now, yeah, you have it there. So at the very top of the of the website, don't sign up, don't do anything. You don't have to sign into anything. You just go to the very top here, and you'll see here that there's a little space to join the presentation. Okay, and when we put Mentimeter up, and I'll call it up too. Thanks, Laura. When we put Mentimeter up, there'll be a code will appear at the very top here. So we'll actually run a little test while you're there now, and take your time. So the code here is the one that connects you to our presentation, okay? And the code, I'll call it out for you so you'll see, is, people are already voting, it's 1499199. That's 1499199. Okay? And you'll see that there's a simple question, basically, how did you get here today? And we've given you 4 options. So this is just to, as I say, give you a chance to use the Mentimeter, which we'll use. And Mentimeter comes, we can do little polls like this. We can do yes/no questions, or we can just get you to make contributions. And during the presentations today, we will ask you at times if you've got questions. So today, we'll accept questions from Mentimeter. We might be able to take them all, but we'll also want people to put hands up as well. So don't worry if you're not engaged with the Mentimeter as well. Just give us that facility too. Okay. So, and look, if you have any further questions on Mentimeter, please grab any of us during the day, and we'll certainly try to help. So now I'm also just going to talk about, I suppose, interaction as well on another level. We will be looking at, we have a team over here with whom you can't see, they're hidden. It's Andrea O'Neill and Niamh Fitzpatrick, who are working on our social media decks over here. But the main thing I want to say, I mean, whether you're on Twitter, of course, you should call that X now, and whether you're on, say, LinkedIn, they'll be the 2 principal ones that we will use. We would ask people to use that hashtag there. It's, you can see the hashtag is MII, so MII 31, because we're 31 years old, okay? So just to be aware of that. So that's another area that we can interact in over the weekend. That's the IT brief this morning. There's a lot to take on. Okay. So from a practical point of view, what I also want to say is that it's really important for us. Last year, when we had our first conference in a number of years because of COVID, and the first time that we got together, we were very, I suppose, cognizant of the fact that many of our members hadn't met together, either our established members for quite a number of years, or our new members had never met at all in person. So in designing the conference this year, we've left good spaces for you to have that simple talk. Coffee, lunch, breaks. That's really important. It's a really important part of that. But to make those breaks work and to give the input and the presentations that we have in the conference, it's really important that we stick to time. So what I would appeal to you, and as I say, last year you were exemplary, so I'm hoping you'll be as supportive of me this time, is that we will stick to the times that are in the conference brochure, okay? We will also have, just to let you know, during the breaks, we'll have a couple of stands at the back of the room. We'll have a team that will be dealing with reflective practice, okay? So you can visit them there for information and to confer with them. And Caroline Reedy, too, of the HR suite, will also have a stand at the back of the room too, which would be very well worth visiting. From a team point of view, I've already introduced Andre and Neve, but I want to let you know that just over here behind me, we have our photographer, Ian. So Ian Armstrong is doing two jobs. He's helping us in terms of recording. Okay, he's not in charge of the microphones, by the way, but he's telling us with recording. So if you're using a mic, if you happen to be asking a question, I've just asked you to hold it like an ice cream cone at the bottom, because we're actually using this to record. And the reason I say this is important too, I want to let you know too that we are recording all the presentations. Ian is doing that as well. Okay, so just be aware that this is being recorded as well. Okay. In terms of our team, I want to just say, first of all, this lady here, Orla Tompkins, thanks Orla, just on cue, has been the person who's driven the conference committee and done an amazing amount of work. And ably assisted, no less, by Alison Martin, and we have the team outside, Madeline Farley and Pauline Eustace on reception. My right-hand man here on the stage is Paul Pearce, whom I could not do without in terms of what we've got behind us and keeping that going. And Stuart, Scott, Jesus. Scott Armstrong, I got your second name right. Scott's also helping us with the Mentimeter, but there's a lot of work going on in the background here. As I say, I'm just delighted with getting to this point this morning. So literally, that's really all I want to introduce you to at this time. I want you to enjoy the conference. Winigi Artanavas is Inta Gwilmid and Gorkig. Agus tá inis chun cuire a chur ar Uachtaráin Bear Barry Murray chun an ócáid a fáilte a chur ormh. Gur míl mágad.